Sharing so much harder these days, man. There's so many more buttons.
One at a time.
It's a lot to do.
Yeah.
Gotta work for it now.
It's so much harder. I just want to be able to hit one button and it goes to every group I'm attached to. I'm sharing it to a few other
That would
ones.
be spamming.
That would be, and people don't like that.
Nope.
Okay. I am just copying over the last few elevator pitches. So we'll almost be ready to go. Tonight is going to be fun, I think. This is really random, really dumb. I'm going to be honest with you. Jessica knows. The whole reason I wanted to even do a live stream was to help out my boy, Mark Bateman, who I did the editing for on his new book. And he launched his first campaign today, which is super exciting, scary, all that kind of stuff. But I just thought it'd be fun to do that. And then I had all these other random ideas that I thought would be a lot of fun, which is making Tira and I use our voiceovers. And I think we're going to have some fun with that. We have a...
I might be a little rusty. We'll see.
Yeah, you got to... you gotta definitely get in the bass. Down in the bass.
Oh, yeah.
Basements.
Gotta go low.
Yeah, real low. Almost got all these, I think. Let's see. Make sure I'm on the right one. That's the Omen list. Anyway, we have a spinning wheel that we're going to use tonight to help us with that. Before we get into that, well, I'm still getting this other stuff over here. Tier, I still need your 2 books. Anyway,
that third book that I just gave you, Omen.
Yeah.
I'm sending you. I edited that one because that was the wrong. That'd have been hilarious. That was wrong.
It would have been. It would have been funny.
A little confusing.
Like,
I was like, oh, that sounds like
why am I reading this one? Yeah, I know, right? Like, why am I reading this one?
Same. Anyway, the news of the day for anybody that just wants to start this off controversial and start with a whole lot of problems and despair and why everyone's freaking out is because one of the winners of Todd McFarlane's Spawn January contest was an AI artist. So
dear.
That's fun.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Everybody's freaking out again.
Yeah. Well, it's not even speculative though. I do have a problem with this. I do have a problem with someone who, first off, calling yourself an AI artist. But anyway, it's not speculative. This particular artist, it's right on their bio on their Instagram, and then every picture you click on their Instagram, they say like, "This is the program I used." So,
hey,
what's up, Ralph?
What's going on, Ralph?
Was there a stipulation against it?
Apparently, there was. I saw a lot of artists that said that there was a stipulation against it, and so everybody's like, whoever made the decision obviously didn't get that memo.
Yeah.
So I expect there to be a strong uproar. Now, like I said, I have a problem with the art side of this AI stuff. For people calling themselves artists, I would have the same problem with writers that are just letting AI generate an entire story for them.
Yeah. I think folks just, I don't know. You can't tell folks how to use it, but of course, folks gotta use stuff correctly. Just use stuff correctly.
Yeah.
Like, don't use it to cheat. Like, if you're gonna use AI, like AI for art,
it's perfect use
to get an idea.
It's perfect use is just as an assistant. It's
because I've used it, but I use it for my videos that I do for YouTube. Like, I'm not gonna use it to make a comic book. I'm gonna hire an artist to draw that. But for like my videos for YouTube, I'm in the same way. I know people might be like, well, hire artists for that. If you knew how many slides went up, trust me, you'd be like, yeah, okay, I see why I use AI. Because a lot of these videos have some of them can have upwards of like 75 slides. To make a video. So, but yeah, it's crazy. But like you said, everybody's up in arms. It just reminds me of how all of the shifts have been with art. Because the last thing everyone was fighting about was digital art, digital drawing. You probably remember that, Aaron. And then I know because for me being an inker, there was this fight on the inking side where it's like, oh, traditional. That means that we do it the best. Digital is worse. I started off traditionally. That's how I learned how to ink, and I brought those things that I learned traditionally over to digital because I don't like pull the same way that I would on paper. But it's weird because I know even with coloring, with digital coloring in the 90s, they argued over that, and now look what everyone does, digital color. So it's interesting because like eventually it's gonna go through, and people are just like, we use it.
It's just another type of hype. It's just another thing to fuss about, get excited about. We'll all settle into it and not fuss about it one day.
I think it's pretty funny that something so monumental as like Todd McFarlane doing a competition and then letting an AI win is pretty awesome.
Whoops.
Whoops. Anyway, so we get to have fun tonight. Jessica, do you have the wheel?
I have the wheel.
All right, let's get it screen shared. Basically, the way it's going to work is we'll spin it. Tier, do you want to go first or second?
You want me to go first? I'll go second. I was about I'll go second.
All right. So that means whatever it lands on, I'm going to do the elevator pitch. Almost all of these I have the links for, so I will make sure that I also drop the link into the chat, and then we're going to timestamp everything because after the show, I want to drop a comment that has everyone's timestamps because I think we have some friends that are going to want to be like, "Oh, can I use that?" So we might as well just make it easier for everybody, in my opinion. Yep. Hi, Cordy.
Hold on.
You can go. I mean, I can.
Oh, just 2 minutes.
What? Want me to pull you out?
No.
Okay. All right. Goodness.
All right. Just a minute.
Okay. So it's you and I, Tier. Just whenever you send me yours, let me know. And I guess drop it in the private chat. Well, not you. I mean, you send it on Facebook still. I have it pulled up. Anyway, so you are back.
Okie dokie. All right.
Okie dokie. Yep. So anyway, what we're going to do is spin the wheel, do the elevator pitch with music. And then if it's a live campaign or if we have a link for something, we'll make sure that we look at it and have some fun with it. So what's up, Joe? All right, spin that wheel and we'll see what we got.
Okie dokie. Click to spin. There we go.
Dun, 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 dun. All right.
Worthy chaos redemption.
It has a hand clap. That's awesome. Let me write down this time stamp. It's 10. We'll do 10:30. All right. let me get prepared, and then we'll talk about the campaign a little bit after as well. So let's do this. Wait for the beat. The fate of heaven, hell, and the entire cosmos hangs in the balance. Seraphina, a descendant of angels, and demon descendant Draven, two souls bound by destiny, must unearth their forgotten powers, unlock the secrets of their past life, and rewrite the eternal conflict between angel and demon. Join us unlocking the secrets of a world where chaos meets destiny. Worthy Chaos Redemption. Boom.
I feel like we're about to learn it's all in the voice, and everything's going to be completely awesome with voice and sound.
As long as it comes out right.
All right. Don't stutter. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Flawless.
Hey, Tier and I will re-record them if you need them for something.
Definitely will.
It's gonna be fun. Let's also talk about her campaign. So this is Carissa Grants, the merch queen herself. Let me get this pulled up right here. Whoop. Do not want to close Instagram or we'll lose the whole stream. Also, Instagram, you're probably only here for an hour, so it's nice to see y'all. I'll put it here at the end. We're the Chaos Redemption. Make sure I'm not signed in because that gets weird. And then we will present. Share screen. Oh, let me pull it out. I'm not going to play videos tonight, except for there's 2 videos. Of course, I will play the One Last Job video whenever we get to it. And then I will also play Mark's just because his campaign's brand new. If I could get this button to work right. I want this to disappear. Please disappear.
Is it like my door problem where I'm standing there and I'm trying, but the door's just not opening and no one can figure out why?
And no, it's actually I need the dialog box to reappear, but I can't get it to disappear. All right. Your browsers. See, that's why I didn't want to do that, because now it's like it's blocked. All right, here we go. Here is Carissa Grant's campaign, Worthy Chaos Redemption, Horror, Supernatural Comic Issues 1 through 9. That's right. She's already on her 9th campaign, which is just ridiculous.
That's a story.
That's awesome.
I know. She's only been like a year and a half or something. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah. Fight for survival against destiny and the forces of the underworld. Buffy, Resident Evil, Good Omens, Supernatural, combobulated into one. I don't know if that's the right term. Anyway, she's doing really well. 16 days left. She's already funded, which is cool. I know it's a little bit lower of a goal that she did this time. I also know that a lot of people are struggling through their campaigns right now. That's kind of the reason. One of the reasons I wanted to do this for everybody is, everybody, Tier, myself, Jessica, we're not made of money, so we can't just fund everybody's campaigns. It'd be nice, but I think
hopefully awareness about what's out there is helpful. So
yeah, I think so.
I can bring eyes to it.
Yeah. So 9 created. I mean, that's crazy to get to. I mean, her next one's number 10. I think that's more campaigns than I've done. Which is
that. I mean, that's an investment. You don't have to worry about, is this story going to continue? There it is.
Yeah, for sure. There's all kinds of different rewards. I'm not going to take time and break down everybody's campaigns, especially when they do this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm still scrolling. I appreciate you guys, but definitely take a look at the reward tiers. Yeah, as low as $5, and get you that PDF, and then you just build up from there. As campaigns should be, there's something at just about every price point. And if you just want to make her day, then you just scroll all the way to the end and do whatever the highest one is. There you go. $2.99. No, wait, sorry. Yep, $2.99 would make her day. So there's an option. But anyway, that's Worthy Chaos Redemption. That's Carissa's campaign. Good luck, Carissa. We're watching you. All right. It is now Tier's turn. Quick question. Does the background music, does it need to go down some? Or was it fine?
A smidge.
All right, I'll do like
a smidge.
5 or something. All right. Let's
Pulling
get the wheel back up.
Pulling up the wheel. Here we go.
Spin that sucker.
Let's see. Who do I get?
All right.
One last job.
That's hilarious.
All right. Let's see. Let me get it pulled up. I will drop it in the private chat for you, Tier.
Let's hope I can push through this in one take.
Hey, if you need to give it a quick read through, then
yeah,
better safe than sorry. Or you just grit your teeth and bear it.
Yeah. Stutter.
All right. Let me do this.
Also,
all right. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll start the music. And then we'll go from there whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Yeah. Got to think of that cadence.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Start the music.
I'll wait for it to come in. The beat drop. Thomas Claiborne just wanted to retire. But when you're a spy, the retirement package comes with strings attached. Now, to save his wife, Thomas must uncover webs of his past life in one last job.
I love it.
You want to keep it?
No, it's good. It's good. You know what I hate that StreamYard's changed is you used to be able to fade out the background music.
Oh yeah.
You could just drag it down. Yeah, and you can't do that anymore. I need to. How do I get it to restart though? That's the question. How do I get the music to restart? I bet I need to play another one.
Is that because I noticed? I was like, wait a second. I don't think this is where it started.
No, I was close to the end. I think I'll probably just hit another one, then hit that one.
Yeah, I had to jump on. I was like, uh-oh.
It'd be like that. No, that's One Last Job, which is coming out. Oh, I need to drop. Let's see. Let me drop Carissa's first, or the Chaos Redemption is going to be in the chat. In the chatty chat.
Yeah, I got one more to do.
I believe in you. Yeah, let me copy your. All right, so this is stars.
You know what the weird part is? Like when you're a writer, like you could talk about yourself, and then someone's like, "Write an elevator pitch."
I'd hate it. I hate it so much.
I want to write an elevator pitch.
No, but everyone's gonna hate it.
I hate it. You go over it so many times. It's like you know the story, then you start stuttering. You're like, I wrote this. Why am I having
That's right. All right. So for One Last Job, the campaign's not currently live. It's currently in pre-launch, but because we're running this show, I get to cheat and just play the trailer for it as well. So trailer's coming in, and then I'll drop the link in the comments so people can follow as well. Here is the official trailer for One Last Job, the graphic novel coming this summer.
No, it can't be you.
Thomas, it wasn't me. They killed my family. My head.
No! Who is this?
Thomas, so good to hear your voice. I'm sorry for all these theatrics, but you know how I am. See, you taught me what it is to lose something. And now, I'm gonna teach you something similar. I'll give your best regards to your wife.
It's all about the music.
The music and the voiceovers. There you go.
Mm-hmm. That's the trick.
Makes things happen.
Yeah, One Last Job. Graphic novels coming probably June, but I'll be upfront with everybody that's watching this right now. Straight up, if we're not at like 200 followers before that campaign, then hey SJ. Hey, what's up, SJ? We haven't gotten yours yet. But anyway, yeah, we would love to get to 200 following that campaign because it's going to be a nice one. It's going to be a fun one. People have really liked that story, and they've asked when it was going to finish up. And I realized a few days ago, my memory was One Last Job 2, which came out 2 friggin' years ago. So it's time.
Hopefully it has a little bit of a fan base, and they're ready.
Yeah,
we're ready.
So we are working on all kinds of different promo for it. We do have a little background group that's working on that. So that's all kinds of fun. Let's go back to the wheel.
Okie doke.
For Tears' turn.
Again?
Mm-hmm. That's how this works. No, wait, it's my turn, right?
It's your turn.
That's what I'm about to say. I just did yours. I just did.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
Who's it gonna be?
It's not the one I'm doing right now.
Okay. All right.
Here we go.
That's good. We'll get the two videos back to back.
Videos.
All right. Project Valhalla. This is Mark Bateman, his first campaign, which launched this morning.
And is doing quite well.
It is freaking makes the rest of us look bad. So I look forward to talking about that. He's a really, really nice guy. I've had a whole lot of fun kind of being his editor and then working in the background on his campaign page and all that stuff with Joe. But let's see here. Let me get this pulled up. Project Valhalla. This one's a short one, so, I lucked out. All right. So I'm going to hit another song real quick. so that it'll, I guess, I'm hoping this works. We're going to find out. Let's go with night driving. All right. And then let's see if this starts over. And we'll do, again, this one's going to be Project Valhalla. And then we'll show you a little bit of the campaign and see how it's doing, because I honestly haven't looked at it since I got to pick up my daughter. So let's find out. Nice. United by the mystery of a shared dream, the group of heroes bands together to save a city ruled by a sadistic tyrant. But will they prevail? Find out in Project Valhalla. Had to let the beat play a little bit longer just for the clipping. Yeah. All right. This is Mark Bateman. Again, first campaign. I believe the book was actually done back in 2015. Which is before I even started doing comics. Shannon, no, there is not. As far as I know, there's not a Hellcat video. Like I said, there's just happens to be 2 different videos to play this time. One of them is for this particular book. And to be honest with you, the irony of all this is the epic music I use for the background is the same epic music that's used in the trailer that we're about to watch.
Nice.
So I will play this video and drop the link for Project Valhalla in the comments as well. Here we go.
Hi everyone, my name is Mark Bateman, and I'm the writer and the creator of Project Valhalla. Project Valhalla is my baby. It's something that I've struggled to let go of because it's been my creative escape and my imaginary world for most of my adult life and my childhood life, actually. While there is certainly a part of me that wants to keep these characters and these adventures to myself, the other side knows that it's meant to be shared with others. Thankfully, the other side is winning, because I realize that all art becomes what it is when it's presented for other people's enjoyment. So how would I describe Project Valhalla? Well, it begins as a straightforward comic book, but quickly becomes a story of puppets and puppet masters. It's a rich, multi-layered fable that unravels over time.
Superheroes ain't dead.
No.
That's 100 pages. That's 100 pages, y'all. That's a you come out swinging for your first project in 100 pages. Let's go.
That's not a fluff. Awesome. That's automatic trust building. Okay, go ahead and tell that whole story. I'm ready.
Yeah, it can definitely stand on its own. I know that there's other stuff he wants to do with it, but that particular story is kind of self-contained, which is nice. I only know that because I'm the editor. So, but it's funny because I was brought in much later, so the book had already been like created and stuff, and then I had to like edit for changes. But anyway, for those that didn't recognize it, that's Joe DeSantos that's circa 2015. Joe DeSantos. So that's always fun to do. Anyway, let's look at the project real quick because I haven't all day, and I'm invested. So let's see. Loading time.
Just started this morning. Was it like 8 or 9 this morning?
Yeah, he launched at 9 a.m. this morning.
You're right. So he's about 12 hours in.
Yep. Oh, I somehow opened up a whole other desktop. There we go. Present, share screen. Project Valhalla. All right. Good job, man. Good on you, bruh.
Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah,
Congrats.
launched at 9 a.m. this morning. Again, first campaign. People are coming out in support, and that is great to see, especially for a first time creator. That's really cool.
And for superheroes, proves a point.
Freaking right.
I don't know why people were saying that.
I don't know. I told you my plan.
The whole universe superhero, and people love it.
Yeah, there's actually more. What's funny is there's a lot more that we have to add to the page. Like I haven't even added in the actual images of the pages yet. But Mark was just ready to launch it, so he just did it anyway. But there's all kinds of different rewards, of course. Digital tier, physical t-shirt, of course, hoodie, because you know, why not? And then ultimate supporter. And as it goes, we've discussed already, we're going to do it similar to what we did with Fall of Night, where we'll do add-on drops to kind of keep things fresh. But yeah, this is an ensemble superhero comic book, you know, not dissimilar to how Tier runs his, you know. So that's going to be fun to see that all come to fruition. I'm super proud of you, Mark. Good job finally getting that out there.
He's doing an interconnected universe.
Yeah, I mean it's
nice.
It's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
See, that's what I want to see right there is immersed.
Yep.
That's awesome. Gotta check it out.
Go ahead, Boogie. Check it out, Boogie.
Definitely check it out. All right, so we got that one. Let's see what's gonna be next.
Okay.
Now it's Tier's turn.
Yeah, that's my turn.
There you go. Hold on, let me switch songs real quick and get it back. Oh, that's smooth though.
Ready?
Do re ball.
All right.
Coins of Judas.
Judas.
All right.
Okay.
That is good old Travis Gibb.
Travis Gibb book. Okay.
It's a Travis Gibb book, and you and I will get in trouble after you read it. Because I forewarned.
I'm ready to hear it.
I forewarned Jessica. I was like, we're going to get in trouble. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right. So, all right. Good old Travis Gibb. Look, Travis, you're on here because you are, of course, just a super supporter of everybody. And, you know, you have helped quite a bit, especially the last campaign. Like, we got like 4 backers on his show, which beat everybody else, which is kind of funny. So, Coins of Judas, it is 30 minutes. Oh, Judas.
Jace, though, what's going on?
What's up, people? That is 30. All right. I'm dropping it in there right now. Give it a look through. Get your mind right. Tier's about to read this voiceover, everybody. And let me know when you're ready, and I'll hit the play button. You'll notice in a bunch of these, I added the title to the end of them.
Yeah.
Because everybody sent me their stuff, but they didn't put the title of their book in
it. Yeah.
So I was thinking about like how a movie announcer would do it, where you end it with, you know, whatever the title, one last job.
Coins of Judas.
This summer. Yeah. Read it playfully rather than serious.
All right.
Coins of Judas. All right.
So, man, I might. I don't know. We'll see.
Nah. Right.
I'm
ready?
I'm not gonna do it. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Here we go.
Right here. When Judas betrayed Christ for 30 pieces of silver, little did he know that he would spawn 30 demons created from the worst sin money can buy. The Westergaard family has been hunting these demons for generations to save humanity. Coins of Judas.
Yeah, I'm trying to let it like play a little bit after. Just again for clipping.
Okay.
Good job, Tier. All
nice.
right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Demon spawn.
Now I thought the reason why I laughed is because I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, what if there's like a comedic type comic that comes up and you read it all happy?
There is one.
Yeah.
it's horror, but it's a funny premise. So,
it's a funny horror premise.
We'll see if we get to that. So we've done all right. So that was the fourth one.
That was the fourth one. Mm-hmm.
I want to see the art that comes with that.
I know, right?
Yeah. So we're about to check
cool
it out
title.
in just a second.
And I like the premise too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is, I believe
I got you, SJ.
SJ, we don't know that it's going to be him. You know, we'll find out when the time comes.
So that means Aaron has to use his OnlyFans voice.
Oh yeah. All right. So let's see. Share this screen. Let's check out Coins of Judas. This is from again Travis Gibb, and the reason I'm going to say smack about it. Whoops, that was an invite button. The reason I'm going to talk smack about it is because it's coming out through, or it's been coming out through a tier in my favorite publisher.
What's that?
Scout.
Oh.
Oh goodness. All right. So Coins of Judas, look, this is the collected edition. He's rocking it, you know, like Travis normally does.
Yeah.
It's a bigger goal, and it's because it's a collected edition. But this is a good way for you guys to get the full story. Already 105 backers. We're nearing $4,000. There's all kinds of different stuff in here. And again, this is, I think before, like now we got Band of Bards. I think before it's still being put out by Scout, as far as I know, or maybe not. I don't know. I remember this being a Scout title. Let's hope it's not. Would be great. Yeah. Coins of Judas. I guess it's through Band of Bards. Anyway, okay. I know at one point he was working with Scout on stuff. For those that don't know, Tyr and I don't like Scout.
So. For some reason, it reminds me of Sweet Tooth art.
Yeah, I see that.
Even the cover, but all the colors.
Yeah. So I'm sorry if I said it's through Scout and it's not, but I don't know. I just remember you being, you know, in on Scout, Travis. My bad. I don't have as many problems with Band of Bards, so that's good. But there's all kinds of different rewards. But while we're on the subject of Scout, Tyr, why are they your favorite?
Who's Scout?
Yeah, Scout.
Jesus Christ. Well, I'm pretty sure everybody's heard about them. Yeah. Everybody's like, is that Tyr? Yeah, yes, it's me. I'm woosawing. So everybody has been reading up on Scout. One of my close friends who did her book, Beautiful Soldiers, which I know a lot of people in the comic book industry know who LaShawn Colvin is in her book. So she published through Scout. After her passing, her book came out, but it didn't have any of the team
that worked on it.
I was one of the editors. And there was other editors that weren't there. They put their own up there. So yeah, it's that's a low blow. Very, very shysty, especially after someone passed, someone who put their blood, sweat, and tears into a project to do something like that. That's so yeah. What piss on you if you're on fire?
That's wild.
And they are on fire right now. I'm gonna piss on you because I already got the green light from the other editor across the pond, and we're about to do some stuff. So
good. Yeah, I've come to the point with all this stuff that I recognize the person that I know that was a publisher there. He's not with them. He's not been with them for a while now because of things like that. Just insane differences in opinion on stuff, and then he just said it wasn't worth it anymore. I talked to him a little bit today, actually. But anyway, yeah, for us, it was just the complete unprofessionalism when we sent a pitch in to them to send us back a one-sentence response that's not even grammatically correct or anything.
From personal email, it seemed like.
Business. That's something else too. Any of the other publishers out there that are listening, I've been doing this for a little bit, but but if someone sends you their art, which if you have your own websites and stuff and you have the contact me, the artists will reach out. You also get those weird bots reaching out saying they can't boost your page, but you know what I'm saying? Like artists will reach out because I've had artists reach out to me. If you can't take them at the time, either whether it's price, whether it's their style doesn't match, whether you feel like they have some growing to do, be honest. Not a dickhead.
Or at least at least have a pre-formulated response like most companies do.
Yeah,
exactly. Like, we're looking over your project. We'll get back to you soon. And then look over it and get back to them, because I think a lot of folks don't even look over stuff. They just
no,
you know,
they're like, I don't know that name.
That's what we saw in plenty of the directions. If you don't get a response back in 30 days, you can assume it's a no.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
and it's not even that it's a no. It's just like, we didn't know your name, so we didn't even look at it.
Because it's weird. Because it's like indies act like that, and the smaller guys act like that. But you know, back in the 90s, like, all right, for y'all who don't know, I was a teenager in the 90s. So back in the 90s and stuff, I'm like, when you would go to cons and stuff, or you would meet somebody in the industry and they looked over your portfolio, they would give you advice. They wouldn't just like, take this shit, kid, and kick rocks. They wouldn't do stuff like that. They would give you advice like, hey, this is pretty good, but you should work on, you know, anatomy more. You should work on facial expressions more. You should work on hair more, because all of your hair looks the same. You know what I'm saying? They would give you pointers. Work on, and we're indie. I know there's some badass indie out there, but if Marvel and DC creators of the past, the ones that a lot of us look up to, had the common decency to do that, we should as well.
So. I agree. All right, let's get back to fun.
yes, let's get back to fun.
Also, Coins of Judas link is in the chat, so check that out. And again, sorry, Travis, that you're not a Scout loyalist. All right.
Here we go.
Right, we're back to my turn, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. All right.
Cupid.
Yep. Let's see here.
Is this a murderous Cupid?
It's an insanely cool looking book. This is another super short pitch, so that's always fun for me. In fact, it might even be the shortest one on here.
Let me give Tara all the long ones.
It's funnier that way.
Jessica, what are you doing over there? No.
I'm spinning the wheel. I can screen share. Look at me.
All right, let me hit that button, and then we will do Cupid. Let me hit this button. And out of work, God of Love teams up with the Tooth Fairy and Boogeyman to pay off a bloodthirsty loan shark. Cupid!
Sure. And that was interesting.
Oh yeah, we're going to look at it too. All right.
It was short, but it was packed full of characters. There's so much story packed in there.
Cupid teams up with who? The Tooth Fairy?
Yeah.
Loan sharks? What is going on?
It's a crazy book, man. It's so this is Scott Wilk wrote it. So it's through Bad Bug. So I reached out to Mike Teener today. I was like, dude, like give me a pitch. So he did. This one's almost done. So let's look at it right quick. Present and share screen. Look, I'm getting it. I'm getting the hang of this. Look at that. 37 hours to go. Over $4,000 and one backer away from 150. Again, that's what I. Whoops,
wow! Look at that! Look at that goal versus wow.
Right.
149. That's great. What a success.
Yeah. So Scott Wilk's written quite a bit now through Bad Bug, and I really like the art on this, and it looks like something that is super professional. is the best I can say about it. It looks funny as crap, and I believe the thing that I saw has something to do with their the Christmas one that they put out, the Krampus one.
Yeah, it's the Krampus up there. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, Periwinkle.
Okay.
It's in part of that same universe. Anyway, this is 36 pages, so really, I really dig the art. You know what it reminds me of is that James Tinian book. Oh gosh, I'm never going to remember the name of it now. I have all the volumes too. Oh man,
what's it? Come on, anything. Listen, we can catchphrase this. What's it about?
It's the one that you haven't read.
Oh well, no, we can't.
Oh, Wind.
Oh yeah, it does.
WYND. That's it reminds me a lot of this. I really liked Wind. I thought it was it's James Tinian at his best. Getting to do something different, Anyway, so that is Cupid. Let me drop the link again. It's almost done. So if you want it, you don't have much time left to get it. And I hate the way that these comments show up when I drop a link, because one of the two of them, is it Facebook or something, where it just like cuts out the space after the hyphen? I don't know. All right, so that again is Cupid. Scott Wilk, looks like you're doing great. Close it out strong, bud. Cupid, one shot, which is another fun thing, is one shot comics. I'm gonna someday I'm gonna grow up and start doing those.
Make an anthology.
I want to, and I think my first toe into the pool of it is whenever I start the Off the Panels series, because it's gonna follow any title, and it's just gonna be an ash can.
Yeah,
about maybe 8 pages of just a story that just happened, stuff that just because we all have everyday lives. Like, everything isn't epic, so just like a comic book, they have everyday lives. Everything is epic, so that's what those are going to cover.
Is it with your existing characters you're thinking, or is it just ideas? Okay.
Yeah, with the existing characters, and I'm thinking that's going to be like my toe into the pool of it, and then eventually I'm going to do. Well, we did talk about that one shot, Aaron.
Oh, I remember. They ain't ready for that.
I remember too. I was just thinking about Bridge City the other day. I remember too.
That's that common good idea.
I have in fact, I just came across the notes for that the other day. I was like, oh yeah, that time that I was going to take a cyberpunk setting and just completely ruin it for everybody.
I think we need to, I think now that we've come out the other side, we need to start talking about that again.
I do think it would be one that people would be like, why?
Yep.
Why does Aaron always end stuff like this? I don't know. Spin the wheel.
All right.
Spin the wheel. All right, we're back to tier now. Let's see what we get.
Uh-oh.
It'd be funny if it was the longest one.
That would be hilarious. I had to take a breath, drink something.
All right, look, you got one of your pieces.
We never jumped on John. Hold on, before I get to read yours.
40. All right. Do you need me to pull this up, or you already have it?
Oh, I do. I'll pull it up. I'm about to tell John that I'm about to.
He doesn't have a pre-launch link or anything, does he?
Nah, because like I said, I think all of them are probably going to be over the summer.
Okay. All right.
Over the summer too, so he doesn't have anything at the moment. Yep. John. I'm about to read.
I was going to see if it was going to let me tag him in it. It didn't. All right. Let me fake the music out.
On here.
Listen to Dance Pop for a second.
Okay, I just told him. Hopefully it doesn't call. I just told him.
Tell me when you want me to start the music.
Let me do it to this. No, I'm just playing. Don't let me do it. All right.
You ready?
I just hope that I'm pronouncing her name correctly. That's the only thing.
It's funnier if you don't.
Funnier if I don't, right?
No, again, people like
that is not how you pronounce it. My bad.
If we do your book and you want us to send you a clip of us doing the voiceover again, then I think Tier and I are both willing to do a cleaned up version of it. And I'll drop music under it or whatever we need to do to produce it. Because I understand that this is weird. However, if you ever watch trailers that Aaron puts out, that voice that's in all of them, that's just me. It's just me.
If you've ever been to my YouTube or heard that one, like all those videos, that's my voice. Whenever I did that Temple High video that everybody loved was last time on Temple High. That was me.
Right.
So
we'll do it. We'll do it for anybody.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Look, if people really like this crap, then Tier and I will do this once a month.
Exactly. For real. We'll do it once a month. We'll merge Bridge City. I got braces. I'm sorry, they redid things today.
Goodness.
I'll redo Bridge City podcast, and Catalyst podcast will come together and
look at that. I've never even been on Bridge.
Voiceover work.
Yeah, we got to make that happen. Matter of fact, we got to make that happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
We'll just cause problems together.
Exactly, cause problems together.
All right, you ready for this? You ready?
All right,
I'm gonna hit the button.
When a cure for a devastating virus emerges, Dr. McCallion faces a dilemma. The affected have embraced their transformed state. Now, she must navigate a perilous world to not only ensure her survival, but also fight for the future of humanity. The Last Doctor.
I like when the timing pans out.
Yeah.
Again, that's what it's all about, people.
Perfection.
It's all about that.
I love
All right, so that is The Last Doctor that is coming out from our boy John, which is, dude, that's I'm ecstatic that John's putting out a book. I know it's been a passion project for a long time.
Have you seen any of the art? Like, have you had the opportunity to?
Yeah, he's sent me some stuff. I'm waiting for him to let me do a beta read, though. I don't know, John.
I'll talk to him
anytime now.
Because he's still working. Like we're still working to finish it. That's the reason why I say I think the Kickstarters. I think even for Hellcat, which I got to talk to SJ, which SJ is already in the audience, and see if we do want to do a Kickstarter. But I know Stars and The Last Doctor are going to be over the summer. So
yeah, just do them all at the same time.
But beta reading, that's what I was thinking. Jam.
That's true. Yeah, beta reading is definitely Jessica's jam. Yeah, everybody's, ever since Jessica started coming into this stuff, everybody's like, "Oh, can Jessica send us a review or whatever?" Like, forget Aaron, right? Forget that guy.
Well, like I don't know. I came around and I started saying, "Hey, I really like comics and I like to read them to you guys."
And nobody knows what to do with that.
Other people got excited. They were like, "Oh, she'll read them, okay," and they send them to me, and I do, and it works out really well. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, it's interesting how many people won't.
Thanks, Charles.
Thank you, Charles.
Yeah, that's our big thing too. Is like now I'm doing. Inner Sanctum is really for campaigns. That's the whole point. But then, like, Jessica and I also read. I know it's just crazy and weird that we read comics. So
I don't know. It's not weird at all because I got a whole bunch of reading to do. Again,
yeah, but we go on a whole bunch of shows that just nobody's reading comics, and so it makes it not talking about comics, and it's very strange.
Yeah. Well, not just that, but our local comic book store or our local comic book stores. We ask those fellas, and they don't really have anything to say either about what they're reading.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. It's back to me.
Here it comes.
Yep, back to you.
Share spin. Omen.
Oh man. The new one, the edited one, not the first one, because you're gonna.
Oh, you get me the other. You get me your shortest one.
Yeah, that is the shortest one. Yeah, that is the shortest.
Awesome, fantastic. Yep. All right, let me look at it real quick. Oh yeah, huh? Yeah, superheroes, huh? All right, let me get this going. Yeah, got this.
Darker superheroes, though. And I'll tell folks a little bit more about this story because it gets crazy.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's do this. A group of unlikely heroes must band together to save their world from an ancient evil, but they soon discover that the true power lies within themselves.
Oh.
Let's go.
Omen. So Omen is a story that, even though it sounds epic, is actually very small scale. But the things that are going on in it are insane. So you have this team, and they're not fighting any of, like, Cypher Team does the big stuff. That's like our Justice League. That's our Avengers. But with Omen, they're actually good heroes because one of them is part of this unit. Well, was part of this unit called Stop, and you actually get to meet him in that title before. Well, you get to meet him in that title before you meet him in Omen. But some of the characters in Omen, like one of them is a former Olympic archer who kind of becomes a bad girl, sort of, but is warranted because a lot of the things that went on to her on the Olympic campus and stuff like that led to some other things. Yeah. And then you have the character that I created.
That's relevant.
Mm-hmm. Then you have the character that I created named Aja, who is the daughter of a Loan god. So she is basically our poison ivy in a sense. Just for familiarity, but I will say she does a lot of things differently than what poison ivy does. Like for one instance, one of the creepiest things I think I gave her is the fact that she can make a voodoo doll with plants from the person. Nice. That's how she got the name. Like, she doesn't like to be called voodoo, but that's how she got it into the planet. Of course, because plants are alive. So when this little plant baby of the person she's cursing, like, it's alive and crying.
I like that.
So it's very creepy.
Kill them with the plants. Get them with nature. Yeah,
that's right.
So and then there's like some other characters and stuff that come into it. One character who I think everybody's gonna love. I don't want to mention this character yet, but he actually gets his superpower from drugs.
But he's gonna mention it anyway.
All right.
Exactly. I'm not gonna mention his name. I'm just gonna say that he gets the superpower from drugs. But his story is
his name is Bradley Cooper, and the movie was Limitless.
But his story is super dark though. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't even think I want to say what his story is about. Nah, I gotta ask Will
other
first.
people's writing.
I gotta ask Will first. I'm not gonna say anything.
Sheesh.
But yeah, so it's like you have these unlikely heroes, and the people that they're going against are the people that no one is actually paying attention to because people are looking up and say, "Oh, people with powers and aliens and all of this other stuff." So everybody's looking up, but the corporations have started doing crap they shouldn't be doing.
As they do,
and that's who these individuals are going after. So a lot of the hands that are in these corporations' pockets are sovereign commons do drugs. Yes, cannabis preferably. I'm sorry, but yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, so like eventually they end up fighting this force that is older than what a lot of people know. So yeah. Omen is pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Great.
The opening scene is awesome. Summer.
Those weren't the character descriptions that I thought would come out of that title. So that's fun.
Yep. And it's actually I'm probably gonna be dropping the ash can here soon. I think I'm gonna be dropping art because I just got the cover.
Yeah.
Because I just brought on Bea Navarro onto the team. And she drew the cover. She's just gonna be the lead colorist now for Sovereign Comics. So
nice.
So it's getting cool.
Building teams together.
Aaron, we're going back to the way that we were, man.
I know.
We're about to scaring people this time.
Isn't it so nice when you have a team and it works well together?
Yes.
Like when you have those people that work well and you can trust.
It does. It helps a lot. It does. It helps a lot.
That's right. All right. Who are we on now?
Share the cover? Okay, I'll share it. I'll share it to I'll share it to Patreon first.
You got to.
There you
That's
go.
The rule. All right. Okay. Spin that wheel.
It's already there though.
We're back to Tier.
Back to me? Is it back to me?
It's back to you. I just did Omen.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Oh, Worms
nice.
crawl out. Oh.
Okay. Let's see. It's long.
Dan Schmidt, I get to do your book, sir.
Yeah, Dan. Let's go. For those that don't know already, Dan is going to be the new artist for the Neverland Chronicles, which is the follow-up to Welcome to Everville.
Seriously?
Yep, he's our new series artist.
How did you manage that? Just gave him cookies, thingy.
Dan freaking loves me, man.
And it's Everville, so
yeah. It's just his. It was already his style. I can't take that away from Van. What's up, Dan?
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, Van. What's up, Dan?
Trying to steal Van's job. Dang.
I'm sorry, Van. Don't beat me up. You're right.
Beat him up, man. All right. Well, I'm going to drop it to
Dan
you
would
in the,
he would try.
yeah. All right. I just dropped it to you in the private chat. You're going to want to take a second and
Oh yeah.
smash through that. And then I'm going to switch the music real quick to Night Driving again.
All right. It is getting later.
It's more fun to just leave it on when Tears prepping. I feel like the loading screen for Need to Speed's on.
Yeah.
And I forgot to turn the TV off, and it's like 3 a.m. and I'm 14.
No, turn that off.
Yeah.
This cable TV? Because you already know what that is.
No. I was thinking Need for Speed's, title.
Need for Speed title screen?
Yeah. No, because otherwise, if it was TV, it'd be the greatest love songs of the 90s.
Yeah, basically.
All right. You
But
ready?
for me, it would have been the 80s, 60s. Oh, Lord.
Ouch. Goodness
I'm old.
gracious. Can't even count that.
All right.
All right, let's do it.
Marco's soul is trapped in a rotting corpse. He escapes his watery prison and seeks revenge on the crime boss who tortured him. Delane, haunted by the ghosts of her past, hits rock bottom after the murder of her friends, and her pauper life unravels. Fate brings them together on a mutual quest for revenge that quickly evolves into something much more. Worms crawl out.
All right. Yeah,
sounds
let's
like-
go.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, Dan.
I got to work with this.
I know, right?
Yeah,
This
that,
is why.
that also sounds
This is-
good.
I know. This I actually said all of these stuff. They do. This is why everybody needs to go indie. Like just start reading indie.
I'm telling you, man. Like
Mhm.
I
You're
again,
gonna
this
get
is
so
another
many
reason,
variations.
it's another reason I just love to like do this once a month because it's fun and dumb for you and I to do.
Let's do
But
it.
it's also just fun for other creators to share their stuff.
That's
Agreed.
a-
Like, let's
I've
do
got-
it. I'm all for
I've
it.
got nothing to lose story. It's gonna be wild.
Let's go.
Oh wow.
All right. So this is Dan, if you're in the chat, you can clear this up because you and I haven't talked about this in particular, but I know that this is more, are you launching this like in the UK or what's the story there? Because I know it's different. And it looks like it's going out through, is it Afterlight? It's going out through somebody. Yeah, Afterlight Comics. So I don't know the story there, but I know that this is a book that you've worked on. I don't know. This is another one that took you a long time. Anyway, so this is Worms Crawl In. Fantastic job. 12 hours left. Right there at the end. Solid backer count. And look at that. Look at that. Look at this. It's always nice to see,
Congratulations.
Yep. Nice.
yeah, congratulations. Also, Wales is my joint. So just saying. It's not my joint, but like, the one place when I went out of the country I visited was Cardiff, Wales.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Oh.
I really thought I was going to move there one day. And you can't just move to other countries like you can move to here. It's crazy. All right. So this is going to be a mature readers, but I'm definitely scrolling through this because of the art itself.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
Mostly
nice.
because Dan's going to be, our
Gosh.
artist.
Okay, that one makes
Perfect.
me think of the Graveyard Book. The art in.
Oh,
in
yeah.
that. Oh,
Yeah. Neil Gaiman.
that's nice.
I'm ready
I
to see the
love-
monster.
I love the vibe so much that that Dan puts on his work. Look at
Yeah.
that. It's fantastic.
I'm ready to see the monster. Green Book. I am.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Dan's iteration of the Neverlings. I'm looking forward to it. Those are going to be longer books as well. I think we're going to do 3 volumes, and they're going to be 40 pages piece. So that should be fun.
Nice.
I remember this as well. That good times when he won that. In fact, there was another thing he did that was Man, now I forgot what it's called, Dan. I forgot what it's called, but he let me do the editing on it, and it was another one that won an award. But yeah, so this is Worms Crawl In. Originally, it was black and white, and he went back and colored it. So the black and white slaps as well.
Yeah,
that's a dope T-shirt.
I'm sure it looks nice both ways.
It really works well as a hat too.
Yeah,
it's like you're part of a metal band.
Yeah.
Anyway, once again, all kinds of different tiers. Please make sure you check this out and support another super nice, super great dude. Somebody that's always been supportive of other creators. And 12 hours left. So this is yet another one where it's like, all right, it's about to be done. If you don't have it, you don't have it. So yeah, that's that. I don't know where we are on the chat. Let's see. I don't know what I missed.
I got most of it up there. Dan said it was a UK-based publisher.
Very cool.
Here.
Very cool.
Adaptions. Greg chiming in.
What's up, Greg? We haven't even gotten to yours yet.
Oh, yep.
It's on the list. All right. Let me All right, let's spin it again. Whoops! Stop it!
Ah, I'm getting.
There we go. That's
on the way.
All right, we're back to me, right?
Oh,
I get my own.
All of night.
This is like cheating. All right.
If I get Cypher Team, thank you, Will.
Whoops. All right. Let me get this up because I don't remember it just from my heart. I wrote a different version of it earlier, so
like I said earlier, we wrote it, but we're just like,
yeah,
elevator pitch. What?
I just wrote the book. All right, let's do this. This is Fall of Night, and here's that. Anthony witnessed more than he could stomach as a Templar knight. Going AWOL and escaping to feudal Japan, he thought his past would stay buried at the bottom of a bottle. When a ruthless daimyo threatens to destroy the province, Anthony must decide if it's time to draw his sword once again. This is the Fall of Night.
Nice.
Amazing. It works for everything.
Ready to watch that Nightfall.
It works for everything.
I probably should have put I probably should have just cheated and had that trailer in here as well.
Who dare? Is that how dare you make me talk about what I wrote? Exactly. That's what it feels like with the elevator pitch. Got an elevator pitch. Go buy my comic.
This one's going to be a simple share because the campaign itself is done. However, it is currently on in-demand.
Recently successfully funded, now on in-demand.
Yes, so this was our best campaign to date. Almost hit 4,000 mark, had 161 backers after, people's funds didn't go through. So a high backer count for us, most finances as well. It is a really cool story, I promise. And it looks freaking fantastic. I don't know how else to say it. In fact, I might even spoil a page or something just because it looks so darn good. So the Indiegogo is kept ridiculously simple, and here's why. Here's Aaron's philosophy. If you're a Kickstarter person and you were there for us, you get all the exclusive stuff, right? So when it goes to in-demand, we kind of summarize everything and we put it into a, grab a physical copy or grab a digital copy, or retailer. Retailer, you can jump in and get yours. Yes, that is named after John from Encase Comics because, he is our principal retail supporter, and we will always thank him for that. Again, if you haven't checked out this book yet, it is it's straight bussin', as the kids would say. Let me find a page right at spoil.
That's
it's hard to see pages of this keep coming, and I don't know. They're awesome. They're also hurtful because, gosh, what happens is it's rough. Goodness.
Yeah, it's funny. We're at the part in the story now where every time a new page comes in, everybody's just like, "Poor Anthony."
Yeah. I mean, I can't even put a heart on it because I just feel so bad when I see it. The characters, it's definitely Joe's art is speaking to me, and it's making me sad.
That's a good thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Good.
I love it when the artist art just talks.
Yeah, you can feel it.
I'm trying to think of a good page to show that's not.
So that's what you've gathered on Indiegogo so far, or did it pull your information from Kickstarter? Oh,
we've not sold a single thing on Indiegogo.
Oh, okay. So what? So does it pull your information from Kickstarter over?
Yeah, when you do in demand, it's kind of like it's grabbing everything from your previous campaign, your successful one, and then that's why it's not called just an Indiegogo campaign. It's an in-demand campaign because you had to have had a successfully funded one previously. I don't want to spoil the double page spread.
No.
The team chat is also hilarious because there's just like pictures of horses and stuff.
Yeah. Well, whatever it takes. It's good research. It's people who care. You know, it's an artist who wants to make sure it's the right horse.
That's right.
Aaron, you can do the meme.
I was thinking about doing the meme.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah, let's pull up the meme.
It's pretty representative of the things that are bound to happen in this issue.
Yeah, it's not Aaron's least violent book.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had Welcome to Everville where kids got eaten, but I don't believe
different.
Yeah, it just hits different, doesn't it?
It's very different. Welcome to Everville felt a little more cartoon, and this is like real life.
Yeah. So let's see. I'll just share it real quick here. We'll just do entire screen and just hurt everybody's eyes real quick. Did it work? Yeah. Look at that.
There you go.
Just right through the eyeball. Man.
That's gruesome.
It's gruesome. There's a lot in this book, though. I'm going to be honest. It's that was a big thing for us, though, is we wanted to be representative of honestly, like what the violence would have been like. I mean, we're not holding back for anything.
Oh yeah.
I think the funnier one is like talking about language and stuff because there's curse words that people use and a lot of stuff in that time period that just didn't exist.
Yeah.
And the curse words that did exist are a little bit funnier in my mind.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be fun to see.
Tell us one that I know you've been researching.
I ended up on a research day of, well, these are all the words, the words that you first think are not words that would have been used then. They're very different. They're mostly about bodily functions.
Yep.
Is what most of their cuss words or bad things were about.
Almost all of them.
Almost all of them are about something to do particular to their body. Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, that's Fallen Knight. Make sure that if you didn't back the Kickstarter, then please go check it out on Indiegogo. It is still currently on there, and it'll stay on there until it's time to fulfill, which I need to send a backer update. I have one backer that every time now keeps hitting a button that like requests an update. So if that's you, whoever you are,
I'm sorry.
Thanks, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe they feel that it's encouraging. Yes, tell me more.
I guess, yeah. And I'm over here like, we're just trying to get this stuff done. I did actually already go ahead and write it out, but I forgot, like, I need to include the stuff about One Last Job coming up. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to be dropping an update for that because the book is, man, we're pretty far along. We're over halfway, I believe, right? Jessica?
What? I was looking at the comments.
Fallen Knight. I think we're like over halfway completed. And then like all the I think Joe has 2 inked pages left to do, it's Joe, so it'll be done like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mañana. And then the colorings, she's still working through all that stuff. But what's weird is we're doing everything out of order where the letters are showing up on the page before the colors are. So
I've been doing that recently.
It's utter chaos.
Yeah. Because it's like I go It's like every time I do it, then I'm like, damn, I'm gonna change those colors anyway once the color gets laid. Because like how you do with certain effects words,
Yep.
And then when the color gets laid, you're like, yeah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, it's just the way the production's going. But I think we're actually looking at probably putting this out before the expected date, which originally was going to be June, but we're getting so close to. I mean, at least the digital will be out early for sure.
Nice.
And I'm excited for it because this is, I've told people before, this is to me the most important thing that I've written and put out, and I'm super excited to show this story off. It is grotesquely with a T, right?
That's word. Grotesquely, yeah.
Grotesquely,
grotesquely.
Realistic. So yeah, people are going to get drawn into that, I believe. Anyway, you're going to really feel for Anthony by the end of that book. I'll tell you that right now. Spin the wheel.
Okie doke.
We're moving along, people.
There we are.
Let's see. Clear those out. Oh, you got her.
Hell yeah.
SJ, I will do my best.
Yeah, now the pressure's actually really on.
Yeah, it's really on.
Let's see. Let me
That's just like that sucked. I quit. No.
Yeah. SJ, if you don't like his, then I'll re-record it later for you. I'm just kidding. That would be super insulting. All right. Well, he reads through that. This is it's called Feeding the Ducks.
Feeding the Ducks.
Quack. Man, Tyr looks so stressed. Better be ready for this, SJ. I can see the duck just waddling down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Here we go.
Diane Flint, a young woman caught in the chaos of Neutron City, Florida, must make a swift exit before the rising crime and political unrest engulf her. But first, she'll need to tie up loose ends, quit her cover gig, and leave without a trace, all while stirring up a bit more trouble on her way out. Cheyenne is the Hellcat.
Meow.
And coming out of Florida, it's going to be wild.
It's going to be wild.
Yes. My first major clue was Florida.
That's why they just refer to her as Florida Girl.
Florida Girl. No. But I will say in Hellcat. So, for a lot of people who don't, you recorded it? That's awesome. So for a lot of people who don't know, Siren Comics takes place in 2050. So it's not like a present time comic or in the past comic. Everything takes place in 2050. So whenever I refer to the events of 10 years ago, that's in 2040. So Neutron City is a very new city. That was
after Florida seceded, right?
Yeah. After Florida, yeah. They needed help after what happened. They needed a lot of help. Florida got it together after what happened. It was like, we're so sorry. We're putting all the education back in schools. We're sorry. But I can't really say what happens because in Cypher Team issue 3, you're gonna find out what happens to Florida into that event and why it's called Neutron City. Because
she's not wrestling an alligator at some point, then.
Oh, she might be. She's a cool character. Like her backstory is dope. SJ, how much do you want me to say? You're an audience. Tell me how much you want me to say. Like, can we bring her up here since she is an audience?
How much do you not want her to say?
How much do you not want me to
if
say?
If she cares to pop in, she can always pop in. I don't care.
Yeah. If you want to pop in, SJ. Or you can just tell me. You can message me.
Now I just have it in my head
Any
of this
ideas?
character wearing a Florida Girl T-shirt and fighting an alligator.
Yeah.
Right?
Or what's the other, python hunting in the Everglades?
See, I'm trying to think what to say. So, yeah, so she's in Florida. She's trying to get out. Trying to get out of Florida for a reason, because she's being hunted.
Because it's
She's
Florida.
trying to get out.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Florida. And it's Florida too. Nobody wants to stay in Florida.
It's hot.
Even Neutron City. Like, no one wants to be there. Because nobody picked Neutron City when I did my video. Like, everybody was like, "Oh no, it's Florida." No, thank you.
That's
pretty.
That tracks.
No,
That
thanks.
tracks.
So
Let me write a different kind of story in Neutron City.
yeah, right. So yeah, so her character is trying to get out of Florida. You trust me? Okay, thank you. Character's trying to get out of Florida, but there's a lot of things that she goes into. She's a thief, cats, she's a thief.
Freaking black cat.
So for her, it's like she wants to do her last heist and get out, but a lot of shit goes sideways and things catch up to her that she wouldn't have imagined. Like, I'm talking like deep skeletons, things that she's been running away from for years have finally caught up to her. So
SJ, who are the character influences? If you don't say black cat, I'm gonna flip this table over.
You've seen the design though, right? You've seen Hellcat already, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Tara and I are friends for people that don't know.
Yeah, like we're actually friends.
Yeah,
So
we do a lot of sliding into each other's DMs.
Sliding
Be
into
like,
his DMs.
bro, you up?
There you go.
Catwoman, Daredevil, Black Widow. Nice. All
And
right.
you see it. And you
Mhm.
see it in the pages. You do. You
Yeah.
see it with her character and everything. It's flip a table now.
I can't flip this one. My laptop's on it.
I can't. Mine's shaped like an L. Everything's gone if I flip this.
Yeah. You have to rebuild your life if you flip that.
For real, this is bad.
I'm gonna have to move.
Yep, may have to.
Start
And
over.
my fiance's work desk is over here too. Yeah, I'll definitely have to move.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Spin that
next.
wheel. Spin that wheel. I mean, I like Black Cat too. Shoot.
Me too. I remember. I think every teenage boy loved Black Cat when she popped up on Spider-Man animated.
She'll
Yeah.
be popping up.
Immortal Era.
All right. I got another short one. I love it so much. All right.
Oh man, I'm just trying not to get tongue tied.
I know, right? It's hard live.
To be honest with you, I think it helps with these braces because it forces me to.
Yeah, this is
Open
everybody's
enunciate.
just witnessing your speech therapy.
Yeah.
Right?
All
It
right.
doesn't slur anymore.
Talk about Immortal Era. Good old Ed. Here we go. Immortal Era is the ongoing story of a post-apocalyptic world without death and the quest to save humanity by killing them. Death can't be the end.
That's how.
All right.
It can't be. It won't be.
Yeah, I added that part. I don't know. It just felt right. Sorry, Ed. All right. Ed Davis is the man. For those who don't know about his book. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Dan works on Immortal Era as well. He does. I think he's a letterer. There you go, Van. In a world. All right. Let me pull up Ed's work now. Let's see. Still a pretty fresh campaign. So let's get this shared. All right. So Ed is another one that's super ridiculously supportive of other creators, and can't thank him enough for that. But this is his campaign. I hope I've shared the right screen, right? Anybody?
Yep. Immortal Era 1 through 9.
Immortal Era 1 through 9. That's right. Another one who's on his 9th issue. He does have a spinoff called Corruptor, of which I am the editor of that. We haven't done issue 2 yet. I know that it's somewhere in production, but this is Immortal Era. And like I said, you can't die in this world. So that's always fun. Look, There you go. Welcome back to the World of Immortal Era, post-apocalyptic. By the way, me getting post-apocalyptic on the first try, fantastic. I'm so proud of myself. And that's so we're 200 years in the future. It's another
That's
one where
nice. Look at that art. That's
I
a
know.
nice page.
Yeah,
perspective is just beautiful.
I love when folks do that when they do that bird's eye view, but then they cane it. you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's another book where like the he done lost his head. Anyway, it's another one where the art's really cool and it's a style that really fits the story as well. Look at that. Oh man, that would suck. Oh man. Anyway, so Ed, yeah, he's doing the most. 9 on this book, and then there's Corruptor as well, which is one issue in. You got to lop heads. Look, we lopped a head in Fall of Night, and it's
Heads are rolling.
I mean, it makes you feel like you've accomplished something. There's creative team for this particular book right there. There he is. There's Dan the man. And then this is a little write-up because he did win 2023's favorite writer.
Did
he? Indie Comics.
Awesome.
Yep.
Did he?
So that is awesome, dude. As always, you're the man. All kinds of different tiers again. He's another one that does like really fun stuff. Let's see if I can find. It'd be weird if he didn't do something fun on this one. Art pages, because these are traditional as well, which is what? Yeah, that's right. Traditional. He does like bottles and stuff. I don't know if he's announced those yet or if I'm saying them too early. Look, tumblers.
Yeah, right there.
That's definitely one of my favorite things about being able to support indie on Kickstarter. When it comes with the art pages, like you get a piece of the creation of that comic that it from the very start of it. That's the coolest thing to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's finding the people that are just all about that stuff is increasingly more difficult, but there we go. He has a bunch of
covers, but what's a cover when you can have original art?
Ooh, she's trying to start a fight tier. She's trying to start a fight.
Well, they have to be more exclusive.
I mean, it would be the original art would definitely be. You know,
we're gonna do another live stream at some point. It's gonna be called Jessica Burns the World.
Jessica says the wrong thing.
Yeah. Anyway, all kinds of stretch goals planned. Ed is the man. Another one of the nicest people in indie comics. So make sure you go show him some love and support. Ed, we appreciate you, and thanks for giving me a little voiceover time for you. That's that campaign. And let me write this down because I keep forgetting. Luckily, I don't have to do anything for SJ because she already wrote hers down or recorded it herself.
All right.
Mortal Era. It's like 122 or something like that. All right, let's spin that wheel.
Next.
Look at you getting another one of your own.
Star Song 2.
This game's rigged.
Come on, it's rigged.
This game's rigged.
If I get Cypher to, I'm like, really? Like, no, you can read us. It's not fair. It's not fair.
It is more fun to have you read mine and me read yours.
Yeah, it will be, yeah.
We already do our own voiceover work. It's more fun to do each other's.
You know, that's what we should just do. Like, next time you do a Kickstarter, I do your voiceover work. Next time I do mine.
But you know, you are the voice of Exquisite, so
true, very true.
You're who I hear in my head when Patrick is yelling at him.
Funny.
So that means when it comes out on the movie, y'all, I'll be Exquisite. Maybe. We'll
I know if we could just meet a team of animators that's like, you know what? What if we just made multiple different superhero cartoons? Then I would be like, you know, what kidney do I have to sell?
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Oh man, that would be cool right there. Is just do a whole bunch of shorts from different superhero universes. And again, you call it Superheroes Aren't Dead, or Everyone Hates Superheroes would probably be the best.
Yeah, I think we should get on that campaign because that joke, it really bothers me when people say this. Like, how? Everything's superhero. Like, even if you believe in Greek Roman gods or African gods or all of that in a sense is technically superheroes.
We're all super. Harry Potter.
Superheroes.
Yeah, I said it.
Yep. Superhero.
John
right,
which one are you doing
superhero.
Again?
Stars.
Oh, okay, yeah, your own.
And John Wick is a superhero as a person who's been shot at people.
Yeah,
that
should have been dead.
That's all I'm saying.
Don't make no dang sense.
Vin Diesel, superhero. Again, I used to street race. Nowhere in the world.
Oh, goodness. Oh, man. All right. Are you ready? Let me feed the ducks real quick. And then don't screw up your own book, Tier.
Let's say what?
Don't screw up your own book.
Like murder the oops, let me get a redo.
Tharth. Tharth, it's you too. All right. Let me know when you're ready and I'll hit the button.
Oh Lord. Okay, hold on. Okay.
Let's do it.
Emerging from the Shadow Nexus, battered and determined, Siphon and Penumbra face an uncertain future. As Siphon grapples with her father's message, she digs deep, only to end up in a world unfamiliar to her, but familiar to her foe. This is Stars, Song 2.
Let's go.
Very nice.
And I just want to say this off the top of the dome. For everybody who's like, oh, Stars is playful. I'm sorry ahead of time. If you know Sovereign Comics, which I know
not going to turn out like that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if Aaron's giving you my book. Actually, have I? Matter of fact, I'll make that happen. You get the family and friends discount.
We just need to do a book trade again at some point.
I know, right? Yeah, at some point, just do a book trade. So the first issue of Stars was pretty fun, getting to know the team and everything. But in issue 2, it goes a little bit more in depth in this villain that they're fighting. And the thing about Stars is, they're all girl team. They're very Gem and the Holograms type of vibe, but ramped up, and
for those that don't know, Gem and the Holograms was a 1980s cartoon. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
I keep forgetting how old y'all are out there in the audience. I'm sorry. But yeah, so in issue 2, like I said, they're fighting this villain. This is the first big time villain they've ever fought. Everyone else has just been thieves and like small time thieves. They might have a little bit of powers, like they might can do fire a little bit, but no control, no training. So I really wanted to show how green they are, because they never really fought anyone at Penumbra's level. But then I want to show that they have the ability to get better, because a lot of like that team, they're not just individuals who got superpowers one day. A lot of them grew up with it. Like Tectonica grew up with her powers, so she had to learn how to use them. Siphon did. Both of them are also athletes. Tectonica got to the point where she could control her power so much that she was actually able to play for her nation, the Bahamas, in volleyball. In the Olympics and stuff. Siphon played basketball, so they have these leadership tendencies, but being caught up in this super fast speedster type villain that isn't really a villain. So it's like you kind of have a soft spot for her, because you're like, oh well, she's not going to kill us, but she's fighting back. But it's just an interesting thing, and that you get to learn a little bit more about that villain and why she is the way she is. And that's one of the things that I love to put into my comics is, yes, I do have my villains for villain's sake, the ones that just want to see the world burn because they are just fun, right? But a lot of the villains I have crazy backstories. It's like for instance, no one just wakes up and becomes evil. There's always breadcrumbs leading to that. And I love to show those breadcrumbs with my villains, so you can like Like, oh, okay, we saw this coming.
Yeah,
exactly. You know, so like when you see everything going on with her and everything, you're like, hey, I can actually understand how she got to this point. I can understand what she's doing. Do I agree with it? Nope, but I get it. You know.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, this issue. It's gonna be a lot of fighting. Like, no one's safe in the Silvers, and even if they are lady characters, they are getting their butts whooped. I'm talking like one of them got smashed through concrete. Like, it's
it's rough out there.
It's rough out here in the Silver streets. Like, it's like no one is safe.
Yeah,
Even the students. Wait till those stories. Wait till those fighting stories start. No one's safe.
Oh my goodness! Awesome. All right.
All right.
We're getting down. We're getting on down in the numbers.
Uh-oh. Why'd you end up getting Cypher Team?
I'll take it.
No.
Oh,
you got scales.
Scales.
All right.
Greg's still out there?
We'll let Jessica talk about it afterwards. This is another one that's super short. All right. All right. We're gonna do this one off the top of the dome. Let's do it. Button. Dive into a mysterious, supernatural superhero adventure. A tropical vacation turns eerie quickly for a young Eric Drakeson. This is Scales. All right. Scales. It's from our boy Greg. So I'm going to drop this.
The one and only Greg.
There's so much more to it than what Greg put in that pitch.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
He could have done another couple of sentences.
Yeah, you were really being stingy with the cheese there, weren't you, Greg?
You want to talk about it, Jessica, while I pull it up?
Yeah, I can. So I got the privilege of being able to read Scales ahead of time. But I also have seen Greg talk about it, so I know what he said, and I guess what's not too much to say. It's kind of okay. On his most recent show, he described it as an origin story for the character. It's setting the stage for the world. He's going to skip forward 40 years in the next issue.
Wow.
But right now, it's this story. You're following along. You can kind of you're following along with a young gentleman who's going on a vacation, but this vacation is not going to go very well, and his whole life is going to change, and he's going to meet quite a creature, and you're going to have a oh crap moment. I had a legitimate, as I was turning through the comic book, oh crap moment in one of the panels. So I really enjoyed this one, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I like the art.
That's awesome.
Yep. I like the art.
We've been talking about Scales for a while.
It's been around a while. He just hasn't put it on Kickstarter. It's made, so it's ready to go.
Yeah. Look at that. There you are, right there.
Look, that's my review. Yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, Aaron, I'm gonna do it. SJ, if you're still out there, I'm gonna do it. Jessica, have you thought about writing a comic? Aaron, have you dropped that question yet?
No. Why? No.
Not a direct question because I know I didn't need to. That is so like I think that's what's interesting about Jessica and like our relationship and stuff is I'll let her speak for herself, but like she likes this side of stuff. She likes reading them. She likes critiquing them, talking about them. Like that's her jam.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't really want to make one. I enjoy being able to pick from the stories that are in Aaron's mind, because inevitably, every week or every month or so, there's a new idea, and so he gets to carry those with them, and we carry them with us, I guess, and talk about them and build them over time. So they're coming from his mind, but I'm here, I'm around, and like with Fall of Night, where we get to have the conversations. What's the one that we maybe want to put forward? Yeah. And that's the one that we both really resonated with. So I'm there. No, I'm not going to come up with a story, but I'm going to read the mess out of them.
I guess I got to see copies then.
I mean, the value is in her as a producer and in her as a project manager. Like that's what's definitely taken Fall of Night to the level that it needs to be. How serious she takes that. And that's what's interesting about it is like her creativity comes out in completely different ways than it does in writing a story. And I think
that's awesome.
And that's oh, Greg. But I think that's incredibly valuable. And I think it's really nice that people are respecting her for that and starting to like ask for reviews and stuff like that. So that's cool. I think it'll be interesting to watch that continue to grow.
That is awesome, though. It's like I told you before, Aaron. I said we were, you know what we talked about. Because I basically have the same thing now. Like I have my fiance, I have a sounding board, so I can just talk ideas to, and then she'll talk them through with me, and then she'll look at me and like, "Where's your phone?" Write it down so I don't forget them. You know, because the ideas come, and I'm pretty sure you understand, Jessica, Aaron, because me and Aaron have been in just ideal fest, and then at the end we're just like, who wrote that down? so it's like like ideas can just come. So like I just be sitting there and an idea will come and she just like write it down. And she'll hear me, help me spitball it out.
They come right after that strange like ill-timed, awkward, quiet moment in the car and look over. Oh, there's a story brewing in there.
It's the drive. They're the drives to do it too.
Yeah.
And then sometimes about something you've already talked about, where it's like, what if we just kill them all?
And then it comes back, and you start figuring out exactly how you're going to kill them all. You just like
team issue 2, everyone dies.
I didn't know how to do that before. I do now.
I got to figure out how to write issue 3 after I killed everybody. So
exactly. Like, damn, what am I going to bring them back? Like,
all right, Greg's Scales, go check it out. Still got a while on the campaign, but they're doing well. They're funded. A little hiccups there at the beginning, but he got it all ironed out. Good job, Greg. Keep pushing.
He does have a couple different covers. He's done a hollow foil cover, and I really think it looks nice on the cover. Yeah,
he showed me that. It does. It looks amazing.
Even if he's still going with Comics Wellspring.
We'll talk to you, Greg. No, but Greg used to be known as the quietest man in indie comics. But you've been doing more lives than me. I guess I'm the quietest man in indie comics now.
We both got pretty quiet for 2 years.
Greg is always doing a live.
Yeah.
I think people were like, are they still around? Like, Sovereign Comics is gone? Yes. What do you mean they're posting again?
No. All right. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
There's only so many left.
Yeah, I think it's 3, right?
Here we go.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Here we go.
All right, let's go. All right.
I know this one.
Path of the Pale Rider?
Yep.
Yes.
Whoops, sorry.
I know I heard that title before.
This is Lori Calcaterra's.
Yep. Let's see. I'm going to send this to you in the private chat.
And
then I'm gonna.
Oh, did you see that about Greg's?
I did, yeah.
I'm going to do a glow in the dark one. What? That's awesome.
That's going to be real cool. And it's perfect for that. Like, honestly, using your regular cover and just making that glow, that's perfect.
I'm just playing some background music while you read. This one's called Lo-Fi. Going on an hour and 45, and it doesn't feel like that long. It's always a good show.
It's interesting reading these elevator pictures.
Yeah.
Like hearing people's story, just like,
wow.
You ready?
I wonder if I should do a country accent with this one.
She would appreciate it, but don't force it.
I'm gonna stick to it. I mean, I can bring me to Carolina.
I was about to say, you're from North Carolina right now. We just got 3 North Carolina people right here.
Exactly. The only thing I got to do is start talking, and it'll come back.
That's right. If you would just come hang out, then
just come hang out. All of us, and that's the thing. Like when I get around North Carolinians,
that's the thing, isn't it?
It just starts coming back because people don't believe me.
Whenever you go visit your museum show.
Well, I'm actually gonna be home this summer, so probably end of May. So I'll be on the coastal plains of North Carolina.
Well, we'll be
around there.
there at the end of
I'll
May
see
as
you.
well.
Yeah, I'll see you. I'll let you know, like when I'm going through and stuff. So
I'd be terribly offended if you didn't.
I would be terribly offended if I did. I'm like, damn, I was right there. Because I got to land in Rudu. I got to land in Raleigh Durham. So I mean, I'm like
There you
right
go.
there. So
Right. 42nd
All right.
Street Oyster Bar. Let's go. You don't have to
Exactly.
get oysters, but anyway.
Yeah.
Are you ready? You ready?
Okay, there we go. I'm not gonna do it in country though. I'm gonna do it. I'm
Yep.
gonna do it in my voice.
No, do it straight.
Even though I could, but I don't know. It might come out a little bit.
They might. Let's find out.
In a world where death is broken, your body can die, but your soul does not leave upon death. People, animals, insects, we are all trapped together. As you decay, your brain rots in your skull, causing forgetfulness, violence, or detachment. In Path of the Pale Rider, we follow Cowboy Jude St. Clair through the wasteland in search of the answer. The question: why do the dead no longer die? This is the story of the Pale Rider.
We got to do a super cut of all these.
I like all these immortal stories, man. Now
Yeah.
I gotta do an immortal. We gotta do an immortal cyberpunk. That's next. I mean, actually, kind of did that really with what's the name of the TV show? When they had the discs in their spines,
Yeah,
and they could take them out and put them in a
Was that Altered Carbon?
Altered Carbon. Yeah, they kind of did
yeah.
do that with that. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Oh, you're right. I do have the Hellfighter. Thank you, Esther.
Lori Calcaterra. She is honestly, I guess, a newer friend in the world of indie comics to me anyway. She's been around for a minute. But I did her show, I don't know, February or something. It was a really good show. Jessica did her show. So yeah, newer friend, lady doing comics. It's always nice. But yeah, so this is her campaign for her trade paperback, which I believe is her first trade paperback, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like a fresh zombie take. She's doing stuff that I have not seen that other people do really. She's making these movies that kind of explain what's happening in the storyline. And she's going, every once in a while you'll talk to her and she's going to her friend's house to do filming. And then she has people really acting out what's happening in the scenario of what it's like when you have these forgetful situations and you wind up taking over and being kind of like being in this zombie form.
Yeah, it's another one where the art's really good as well.
I really like how the zombie realm and just the zombie genre, how it's being pushed so much from just, brains. Like, John's is like
people have had to really figure out how to make it work. Because the other stuff had been done,
Yeah. Because like even with John's is like, when we read that earlier for The Last Doctor, of course, with the virus and stuff like that, but it brings on an intelligence where they know they're affected and they're just like, nah, we don't care. We're gonna keep doing this. That's scary. And then here, and then also Immortal Error, where no one can die in a sense. That's it's not zombie per se, but no one can die.
It's immortal.
It's mortal.
Book binding she's doing.
Yeah, she's been doing her own book bindings.
That is so
her
cool.
own book press.
So it's
putting them together.
Cool.
It's almost like an Ashkin version, but like to another level.
Yeah.
They're in here somewhere. Here's that. It's a mini hardcover of the books, which I think is a really cool idea. Also, that is a dope trading card.
Yes.
Isn't her Bear Big Ben? There's a bit of a bear battle in her comic, and he gets a spotlight in the kind of pillow throw.
Yeah.
Folks are getting pretty creative with a lot of these. That's the one cool thing about Kickstarter too. Whenever you see all of that, you see how creative folks can get. I know, like when I did Stars last time, I did a ticket where you scan it and it'll take you to the music and stuff like that. And and what I really wanted to do was like just keep that going until the end when it's time for the trade, which I'm gonna do. And then at the trade, you get a full soundtrack. it'll be like the
Nice.
concert or whatever.
I feel that, man.
But
I feel that. She's got all her videos on here as well. She's done a lot of like riddles and
that's really cool.
It's very interactive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, for sure.
It's motivating, to see all the different ways that people are being creative with it now.
Another super ridiculously nice person in the comic book world. Another very supportive person as well, and has a good show to go on as well. If you need to get an interview set up, but that's Path of the Pale Rider from Lori Calcaterra, and she's cool. So there's that one. And wow, now we have 2 left. The chances are I either get Cypher Team or Ralph.
Or Tradian.
This determines it all.
It's gonna be this means Tier has to read his own again.
What?
Or you guys switch them.
What is up, Will? You want to switch? You want to flip it?
Wait, I'll switch.
You want to read Cypher Team?
You want me to read Cypher Team? All right,
yeah,
that's cool.
You read Cypher Team. I do a Tradian.
All right,
there you go.
All right.
Worked it out.
Timestamp.
I
148.
remember Tradian. That was the one you were helping on.
Yeah, I scripted it. And we'll talk about it when we get there. Never mind. So I'm gonna do Cypher Team. Let me get the music reset. I guess we're done with the wheel now. All right, music. Cypher Team. Cypher. Let's do this. After a decade of silence, a reactivated unit is deployed to quell a raging battle in a city. But as they confront the chaos, they unexpectedly encounter friends and family from their past who are now villains, triggering memories of a turbulent decade and unearthing long-buried secrets. This is Cypher Team. Boom.
So, this would be for volume. It's for the volume 1. For those who have, and I love that. I love the voice. Thank you. We're gonna use that. We're gonna use that for the Kickstarter was stuff for the volume.
Yeah.
So we need it. So the Cypher Team is the flagship of the Silvers. The whole premise behind it is the stories that we're reading now. When we pick up a Cypher Team issue 1 and issue 2, it's not an origin story. It just picks up right in the breath of the universe being alive. So there's parts in the story issue 1, issue 2 where they make mention of things that have happened in the past and not rekindling those events. I will say in the Silvers in the world, at one point heroes were rejoiced over. It was like, people wanted them around. Each city had their own hero, had their own team, so on and so forth. Regions had their team. Being a hero was a big deal. But like I said, events happened in 2040 that changed the entire landscape of the Silvers. So those stories that we're reading now is that different landscape. That's the reason why Cypher Team is being reactivated, because when you see how lethal they are and how quick they are, it's like, okay, you should have been here the entire time if you got villains everywhere, but they're being reactivated because of stuff that happened prior. Now in issue 3, which goes into the volume, you're going to learn on the things that have happened, and it's pretty major. There's a pretty major event. And you're going to find out those things that happen, and like I said, you're going to have to read issue 1 and issue 2 to figure out who showed up and who they're related to, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I'm trying not to spoil. They were calling me Tom Holland for a long time. I'm trying not to spoil
for once. All right, let's get you off that then before you do.
Well, let me stop before I start.
Well, you stop. All right, you ready to look at? Let me send it over to you. Let's see. This is a Trading Justice. Whoop, nope. Private chat.
I be wanting to tell everybody everything, but it's like, because I'm like, they're still gonna read the book, because then it's like, I want to see that happen.
See it happen, yeah.
But it's like, I can't tell everything.
I'm gonna let you read that. Hey, hey, hey. We're on our final one.
All right.
You ready?
Ready. Yep, ready. That beat did not help. No. Deputy Rick Miranda, a man whose faith was being challenged, is bestowed an amazing power from an ancient cosmic order. He now must face the uncertainty of sharing his power with his family and hopes to protect them from the impending evil. Will he have the courage to persevere? Find out in Atradian Justice.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Atradian Justice. So
there's a whole lot of story in there.
There's a whole lot of story, and what's cool is that issue 1 unleashed the chaos. It's one of those things where you read the first issue and you're just kind of like, but why and how do they know how to use their powers, and all the questions people ask about superhero stuff, which is really fun, because in issue 2, now that we've set the world, I get to slow it down and destroy people's hearts.
Yeah.
And in issue 2, when I say destroy, I literally wrote a scene that it made me cry because it was so like, and it wasn't even like someone dying. It was just like a moment of
more
like,
tragic than that.
Yeah, it's so much more tragic. And then we are going to quickly realize that what you think is safe and what you think is going on is not necessarily what is occurring. This is another one that did fantastic on Kickstarter. This was his first time doing a campaign and did $4,400, 162 backers. He has been writing this story for decades. He, in real life, is a sheriff's deputy in Hidalgo County, Texas, which is right on the border. He has seen all kinds of death and chaos, and he's a good man, good family man. And this story is kind of him exploring parts of his family in real life, but then turned into like a superhero vibe, as well as faith and justice. It was a really cool thing to write. I'm glad that I am back for issue 2, which is already being illustrated, which will be releasing on Kickstarter on April 23rd. So I'm really looking forward to dropping that on everybody. This is me and Joe DeSantos teaming up again because we just can't stop working together. We just can't. I don't know. But anyway, so this is going to be a really cool story. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out issue 1, it is 32 pages. Issue 2 will be 32 pages, so it's a little bit longer than your traditional single issue. It's already got some momentum behind it. It's you can get digital for pretty cheap, or you can get your physical copy, and Ralph already has them all, so he's ready to ship them. His campaign's completely fulfilled already, so if you order off Indiegogo, you'll go ahead and get it shipped. I think we talked about it, and he said he was going to do it the week after the order's fulfilled. So that's really cool, and I hope more people check it out, and maybe someday we'll get it into more shops. But another superhero book the way it should be.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I love about that one that's like his heart in the comic book, that it really matters to him. It was important to tell that story, and like the kindness of Ralph comes across in the story. That's a good one.
It really does. It was interesting when we went to script, or when I went to script the second issue, that I had to kind of break it down a little bit and be like, look, like I'd messaged the artist and I was like, look, man, or Joe, I was like, I don't really like the way I'm going with this. So like we all met and we hashed it out over a video meeting with Ralph, myself, and Joe. And then by the end of the meeting, we were all like, there it is. There's the direction to go. And multiple times in issue 2, we will be punching people directly in the heart. So I look forward to seeing that. We already know the plan for the first story arc, which is 5 issues. We kind of know where it's going to end up. And This is a different thing for me to write in the superhero world because most of my stuff was Paradigm or was Tilt, which is very grounded, and then I get to jump over into Fearless Comics world with the Trading Justice, and I get to do more cosmic stuff. So I get to be a little bit more like in my Green Lantern vibe, which is one of my favorite heroes. So I get to be crazy with powers, and there's some astral projection stuff that I enjoy writing as well. Like issue 2, Ralph, don't get on me for this, but it's just fun. There's there's a scene where there are astral lions ripping apart astral wolves, and I just think that that's the dopest crap.
Nice.
Because you could have real wolves ripping apart real lions, but if they're both astral, then I think it would still be graphic. So yeah, that's gonna be dope. I even get a space fight scene that's really ridiculous too. Man, it's gonna be a super solid second issue.
That sounds awesome.
Like I said, with the first issue, the thing is people are going to end it and be like, how? Like, why did he get his family involved like this fast? And what does it mean? What happens when you are like, I'll give my family the extension of these powers. And then you'll find out in the second issue that there are consequences.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this one goes because, I know that you, Aaron, are gonna make sure that it goes in a surprising and entertaining and fun way. And so after the first one, I'm like, I'm ready. There's so much groundwork here. I'm ready to see what horrible thing probably happens in number 2. And why I'm gonna have to cry.
I think so. I don't think we've officially announced the title for this issue 2, but it's Atreidian Justice: The Fall. And I think it'll be, it's gonna hit. One of my favorite things about the first issue and the second issue is while we're doing all this cosmic stuff and we have this like really large group of heroes and a really intense group of villains because one of them's literally named Father Evil. I get to do a scene. I'm promising myself that in every book I get to do a scene that's just super really like real lifey. And the first one was him sitting down to dinner with his wife and eating soup and like super excited, and so soup's just flying everywhere. And then the second issue, there's a little scene where he's just sitting in the backyard cracking beers with a couple of his friends, and like those, I love those kind of moments in superhero stuff because it's like, oh, he's like a real dude.
He has actual life.
It's just a real life. But anyway, April 23rd, Atreidian Justice issue 2. If you missed out on number 1, go check it out on Indiegogo. That was all of the ones we have. At some point, I got to figure out how I'm going to make a supercut of these.
Good luck to you.
You know what I like? All these books. Like, I remember at one point, because I know me and you talked about it before, and we always were the type that would write over 22 pages, that we weren't confined to that. And I noticed all of these books, all of them are over 22 pages.
Yeah, just about.
It's like people are finally pushing out of that envelope.
Yeah. I mean, tell the story, give people more pages, more story, a couple more characters, get in depth with it. Like,
as long as it serves the story, that's all I care about. As long as it serves the story. With Ralph's stuff, like I need the 32 because there's a lot of stuff going on with multiple characters. But like then I have stuff like Fall of Night where it's 22 because it's centralized around 2 characters. So you can do that in 22 without having to have fluff in it as well. But we'll see what the future holds. So that was 16 books, by the way, everybody. So 16 books that you can check out. Some of them are almost all of them are on Kickstarter or Indiegogo. So please check them out. If you did watch this and you enjoyed it, let any of the 3 of us know. Because I think this was a lot of fun for me.
It was for me too.
Yeah, it's very random that we could do this. And thanks, Ralph.
I mean, I think it's nice to be able to get through so many. Normally you have a 2-hour show and you maybe do 3 or 4, with the host. So that was a lot.
Yeah. And the cool part is like it's a different way to get people's stories and campaigns out there without doing an interview.
Yeah.
And I do dig that. It's something different. I haven't seen anyone doing this. at all. So I think, Aaron, we need to go ahead and capitalize on this and just run with it.
Yeah.
Just pick up the ball and run to the end zone.
Yeah, man.
I'll block for you. I'll block for you. This was your idea. You got the ball. I'll block for you.
It'll miraculously start popping up at some point, I'm sure.
Yep.
All right, let's wrap up the live stream, and then we'll jump off here and probably say a couple of things privately when nobody can hear us, and we can be playing out loud.
Exactly.
So, Tier, tell everybody where to find you and what's coming out next, and what the next thing you're on is.
All right. So you can find me on Instagram at Sovereign Comics. Just look for the orange lion head. I am also on Facebook at Sovereign Comics. I am on TikTok at Sovereign Comics. I am also on X at Sovereign Comics and Threads at Sovereign Comics, as well as YouTube at Sovereign Comics. Same thing. Look for the orange lion head. And on my YouTube, it's starting to grow because I'm actually doing some videos where I am talking to, letting folks know more about the world without having to get the books. The last video we did was on the Magi, so you get to learn a little bit of their history, where they came from, the families that are involved, and before that was Phenosapiens. I am actually working on the Zen Stick, which stands for Zenith, Natural, Science, Tech, and Kai. So these are individuals who got their powers from somewhere in there. That's the classification. Working on that video too. But yeah, that's where you can find me. The next things we got coming out is Star Song 2, which is scheduled for a May Kickstarter. We also have The Hellcat, which was created and written by Shannon Collins. And I am going to talk to Shannon and see if we're going to do a Kickstarter, if she wants me to launch it or what have you. There's also Dr. John Velez's The Last Doctor. I had to put that in there. I had to put that in there for my bro. He is a doctor. So his Kickstarter, I do believe, is scheduled for this summer. When we talked last, I believe it was scheduled for June. But we'll see what's up with that. And then I also have an ash can that's going to be going to my Patreon for the title Omen. So you get to learn a little bit more about that. Right now, we're building up the team, and there's people that are close. Aaron's part of that group. What else? So the next thing I'm going to be on a podcast tomorrow for, I think it's Pop XP. And it's for a project that I'm part of that my character Kunoichi will be involved in, called the Epiphany Engine. So it's pretty cool. There's a whole bunch of black indie comic book publishers coming together to make it. And the whole ideal is because for some reason in our community, people keep saying we don't exist. So that's the reason why we're doing it. Because we're here. There's a lot of us. So that's the reason why we're doing it. Yeah. That is all.
Whip.
That's all.
Right.
Yep.
Jessica, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, you can find me at the Catalyst Comics Facebook page. That's pretty much it. I say that, and then I'll say this other part. I have the five facts test. If you try to friend me on Facebook and I don't know 5 facts about you, we're not friends. we're not friends. So
you sound like me.
Friends. It's Catalyst Comics. That's where I'm at.
That's hilarious.
Look, she keeps saying it, and people don't listen. They're just like,
I thought about it because I was like, I know Jessica. I'm at her, and I was like, you know what? She might get the same rules I do because that's my rules. If I don't know 5 things about you, I'm not out of you.
I do want to make friends. I absolutely do. So I'm here for that. I want to go on shows. I want to talk comics. I want to make friends. And if we can do that, then that's fantastic. And if we're around enough for us to actually know about each other, that's delightful. But Facebook, that's for my children. That's where my children are. So we would have to be friends.
Yep. Understand that. Understand that fully. That's what my actual corporate job used to be listed. It's not listed there.
Yeah.
You remember corporate life, Aaron?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, anyway, I whore my Facebook out. So if you want to be friends, just send me a friend request. No, I do. I have graduated to the 150 rule. It's not 150 facts about you. It's just we better have 150 mutual friends. Or I must know you in personal, real life. Yeah. But that's pretty much my rule on Facebook now, because I don't really post much personal stuff about the kids or anything because I'm getting weirder about that. And I think it's because of all the gray hairs I keep getting. But so if you ever want to be like, oh, I wonder how cute Aaron's kids are, then you better just stay on top of my stories because they're gone in 24 hours. Exactly. That's pretty much where I do that.
It's protection, brother. I get it. Because like my little girl's getting bigger, and I'm just like,
yep. But anyway, I mean, Jessica as well. She's fine with people. She's not anti-people. She just doesn't want random people popping up in her DMs and stuff. So,
well, sometimes you let them in, and then what they're there for is just to share share things that they're not really posting. It's just a whole other type of vibe for what Facebook is used for.
I am on TikTok at Aaron Writes Stuff. I do utilize it a little bit. I should utilize it a bit more. That one has been steadily growing. AaronDowan.com. I'll throw it in the shoot. Who cares?
Oh snap!
Aaron,
you did it.
AaronDowan.com is a thing. My author website is up and it's live and it's working. Anyway, that's where all my writing stuff is. And as things progress, you're going to find more and more over there. This is not just for comic books. I have the short story stuff over there. I also have the devotional that's coming out. It's called Restless for Dads, of which Tier is part of that ground team. So I appreciate it. Anyway, so there's
an amazing book.
Thanks,
I just want to say that. Amazing book.
I'm just hoping it finds the right people to help. And there's other stuff on there as well. I have a book on worship that's over there. And it's not anything, you're not going over there to buy stuff. You're going over there to see stuff. It's a portfolio. You click on it and it'll bring you to the right place if you do feel like buying it. But yeah, the next big thing for, I guess, Jessica and myself is getting restless out there. We're getting restless out there. And trying to build that up and see if we can get it into the right hands for people. There's still a little bit of talk of waiting on a publisher to look at it. So I'm trying to play with both mindsets and we'll see how that goes. And then after that, June is one last job, the graphic novel. I'm very, very excited if we close that story out and it's successful and it's the biggest amount that we've ever asked for in a campaign. So I'm incredibly nervous. And that's why I've set myself Yep. That's why I have set myself a personal goal of 200 people following the campaign page before I am willing to launch it. And, if we don't get there, then I legitimately will take it down. Yeah, I said it. There are other things we could do. I would really enjoy taking that story to the end because I know how it ends and I'm ready to get it done. And it would be my first, I have a trade. It'd be my first graphic novel. And then we can get back to, at the end of the year, the Neverland Chronicles with newcomer Dan Schmidt for what is going to be book 1 or volume 1. I'm still deciding.
It's going to be a beautiful book.
It is. Yep.
It is.
Welcome to Everville is going to be the 0 issue. Luckily, it just worked out that way where we have that time jump at the end. So the next part of the story took place and then after that time jump anyway. Eventually, that'll be given away for free on the website. The website, catalystcomicstudio.com, is currently still between servers, unless I got a text. Nope. So it's still between servers. At some point, I will rebuild it and get it all nice and fancy. I showed Jessica a little preview of some ideas that I had for it. We are back to our original brand colors. So I get to be super vibrant and super 1980s retro vibe with it. And I like that. So yeah, Catalyst Comic Studio on Facebook, Instagram. Harold the Flamingo is running our Instagram now.
And he's well traveled.
He's well traveled. He's said he's willing to start taking more pictures. He just has to get used to this life. So yeah, the Instagram is back up, but Harold runs it. And then we're still on X. We're still on Facebook. Not that anyone cares that we're on Facebook. So I think that's it. All right. Final word, Jessica.
New to Bronx.